booties for black girl nerds.
It's a pleasure seeing you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to Black Girl Nerds. And, I
Pleasure.
absolutely love this film. I love seeing you guys again. And I'm going to start with you, Park, because I remember during our conversation at the Sony dinner in Toronto discussing the fact that prior to making this film, you'd never acted in a feature before, which goes to show that there are some people that work in acting and it becomes a learned skill, and for some people like yourself it's a gift.
Oh,
So now that you have unleashed this gift into the world, are you interested in pursuing this further and seeing where this gift takes you?
actually, it this question is haunting me. Like lately, wow, it's haunting me, and I, that's funny because I was talking to a friend like this morning, and I told her that I think I want to play again. Yes, and to but I'm not thinking about like how, where, when, but I I know, and now I can tell, because before that it was, yeah, blur, very blur in my head, but now when I analyze it, and when I think about it, I felt so much like powerful joy and energy when I reached that moment where there is a correspondence between me, myself, and the character that I was playing, and this, wow, this energy that I felt, and also the connection that I felt with the other persons. I, of course, actors and actresses, but also I think I don't mention it enough, but all the other person in technical team, like, of course, Davy, even if we fight all the time, but the the strong connection that you have with the filmmaker, but not only the filmmaker, with everybody in the team. But I take just the example of the filmmaker, but an actor has to show, or actress has to show the all the image that a filmmaker has. It's not only about actors, of course. It's like the place, it's the dialogue, it's everything. But I think, yeah, the connection that I can feel with other person, and the joy to find a new way of expressing myself, because it's about that. It's what I'm doing in my art form. It's expressing myself with to the world, and to find a connection with the world, but in my own way. And yeah, finding a new way to connect, and to make some connections with others, and the world. It's, wow, I think, yeah, I want to try it again, but maybe, yeah, it won't work, huh? It's,
That's so
you
cool
said,
because we just got a big news, because it's the very first time she's saying, yes, I want to play
yes,
again. And I've
yes,
been reading and listening all Park Jimin interview that exists. And
yes,
it's the
yes,
first time, and you got
yeah.
that, Jamie.
Oh, that's awesome. Exclusive right here.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. I absolutely love it. And one of the things that I also love about this film, Davy, is the music. And the
No.
music felt like a supporting character in this movie. And I
Yeah.
love the nostalgic pop sync like vibes that goes with this sort of ambiance of the story of the film. So what influenced you to take such a distinct direction with the music? And was it other films that inspired you or specific artists?
No, I mean, like, I just know that, and it's very basic and classic. I love the way Tarantino, Scorsese, and these kind of people, and Paul Thomas Anderson use music. It means that they are very unapologetic with music, and they just want to, they just use pleasure as well. And I think sometimes we're missing that in art house films or independent film, and just they love something and they put it, and they want to share that pleasure and that love for what they listen. But the second thing is that, yes, when you say supporting, I think I really relate to that. I think music play a lot of things in the film, like way of communicating as well when people can't communicate, way of finding refuge and stuff. But the support, it's really the way we conceive the music with the sound designer Vincent Villa, but also with the musician. We're talking a lot about, will the music should like illustrate something of an inner struggle of Freddie, or will the music need to be some kind of comment on the way I, as a filmmaker, see her and soften her? But finally, we find this way of, she's like a friend for Freddie, a friend that she can find refuge with when sometimes she feels too much pressurized, because the story of the film is someone who refused to be pressurized by anything, society, people, history, parents, friends. And when that happened, and it happened many times, the music will be the thing that kind of will be the trigger in the first scene, that she will suddenly put herself into motion and reverse the table and take control of that kind of restaurant thing. Or in the vintage bar at the end of the first act, how feeling pressurized by everybody, she suddenly put her own music, changed the melancholic vintage Korean music from the past that maybe symbolizes all that past that she has struggled to connect with, and suddenly put her own French composed music and just dance. And suddenly, thanks to the music, create her own space, temporality, rhythm, space, and home that she's kind of like desperately looking for. And at the end of the film, you have, of course, the father playing the music, maybe the only moment where he has some kind of act of generosity of trying to truly express his feeling, rather than try, as Freddie says, vomiting his own pain on her, but trying just to express something simple to her and with the right distance. But at the very end as well, when she's playing the music and she's going back into, I forgot how we say, it's not sightseeing, it's sight, like déchiffrage, what she explained, like
Ah,
about like the fact of reading
sight.
music for the first time. She's doing it, but this time she's not a music that she listens, it's just her playing her own melody. So it's also some kind of affirmative action as well, behind.
Yeah, I love that, because the music just weaves in beautifully with her character. She's sort of navigating into this space. And I love too that there's so many different cultural intersections that
Yeah,
Freddie experiences in this
yeah,
film. And going back to you, Park, she's dealing with her Korean heritage and then her French upbringing, and she's struggling with her identity. And being adopted also plays into her struggles with identity. So do you think that her challenges in those areas impact the decisions that she makes throughout this story? Because she makes some kind of, you know, questionable decisions throughout the
bold
story.
moves, let's say.
Yeah, but I think I but I'm not an adopted person, so maybe my answer will never be in the same in the right place. But as I can feel the character, and as I understood the character, I think she doesn't know what's happening, and she even doesn't know for herself. I mean, she acts, but she doesn't like expect something by this action. So she acts like it was a survival. She acts not questioning too much about what could happening next. So yeah, I think it's a way of survival to keep moving and not to stay too longer in the same place. And that's why sometimes I think people could say, oh, who could feel that, oh, she makes like some weird decision, or the all the things which is created by this decision is like quite odd. But I think it's because she herself doesn't know what's happening, and she doesn't think and premeditate. How do you say premeditate in English?
Predict, you know.
Yeah, predicts what's happening. So yeah, I think it's her way to approach the world and approach life also.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, this film was just absolutely stunning. Congratulations to you, Davy. They're giving me the
Thank
wrap
you
up.
so much.
I'm glad that, Park, you're going to continue with acting and pursue that. We really enjoyed
But
watching.
maybe the life will we're going to say another answer for me about acting. We will see. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see where fate takes you in that.
Yes.
And
yes.
hopefully fate will bring us all together at another dinner sometime in the future.
Yeah, hoping for that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys take care, and thanks for taking the time to talk to Black Girl Nerds. All the
Thank you,
best.
Jenny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds. Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds.